Welcome to Toronto, the bustling metropolis of Ontario, Canada. With a population of over 2.7 million, it is one of the most diverse and multicultural cities in the world. But is it a right place for you to call home? So in this video, we will explore the pro and con of living in Toronto so that we can help you make the most informed decision whether you should make Toronto your home or not. If you want to learn everything that you need to know about living in Toronto and the surrounding area, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. My name is Kwali and I work as a real estate broker in the Greater Toronto area, and I've been helping many families like you making a smooth move to Toronto and the surrounding area, and I absolutely love it.
So one of the downsides of living in the city of Toronto is the cost of housing. Both rent and the cost of purchasing a home are on the rise, so it's making very unaffordable for residents to afford a home in the city. The average home price in the area is over 1.7 million for a detached home, over 1.28 million for semi-detached, over 1.33 million for townhome, and over 740,000 for condo. This is the number according to the February market stat. The average rent is for studio is around 1,800, while it also can cost you up to 2,300 for one bedroom apartment and up to like over 3,900 for a 4-bedroom apartment. But there are some neighborhoods throughout the city that are less expensive than the others, so it's very important to find a knowledgeable realtor who can assist you in finding an affordable neighborhood that fit within your budget and also your family style. So the second con of living in the city of Toronto is the high cost of living. This is going hand in hand with what I just mentioned earlier, which the first con is the high cost of housing. So Toronto is one of the most expensive cities in Canada to live in, with a cost of living that is significantly higher than the national average. The high cost of living in Toronto is primarily driven by the city housing market, which is among the most expensive in the country. Other expenses such as transportation, food, and entertainment also are very costly in Toronto. The cost of public transportation in Toronto is relatively expensive compared to other Canadian cities. TTC one ride ticket would cost you $3.25, and if you decide to get a monthly pass, it is $156. Tax in Toronto are also relatively high, with both sales tax and property tax being relatively higher than other Canadian cities. And according to number.com, the average monthly expense of a couple with rent in Toronto can vary greatly depending on their lifestyle, spending habit, and the location and the type of home that they choose to live in. On average, a monthly budget of around $4,000 to $5,000 could be considered a modest lifestyle, with rent for one-bedroom apartment in the city cost around $2,300. And definitely, the cost of living can go higher if you have kids.
Another con of living in Toronto is the traffic. Traffic in Toronto can be very heavy depending on the time of the day or the location, but in general, it can be very congested during the peak hour. The city has a large population and also is very busy in the downtown core area. Therefore, it's extremely difficult in driving in the downtown core, especially during the peak hour. So on top of that, construction and road work can also cause a delay. The Gardiner Expressway and Don Valley Parkway are the major two highways that run through the city, and it can be very traffic during the rush hour. And another con of living in Toronto is parking. Finding a parking spot in Toronto can be challenging sometimes, especially in the high density areas such as downtown core. During the peak hour, it can be difficult to find a parking spot, and especially many residential areas have a very limited parking. Therefore, parking in the pay parking lot or the pay designated spot in the street is necessary. So Toronto has an extensive public transportation system that provides both residents and visitors with many options to get around the city. TTC stands for Toronto Transit Commission, is the main provider. So however, TTC also has its fair share of criticism. A lot of people in the city complain about the crowdedness of subway, bus, streetcar, especially during the peak hour. Also, the system is prone to occasional delays and disruption, which is very frustrating for many riders. But despite all this criticism, TTC is actually the most valuable part of the Toronto transit system, which allow all the residents and visitors an easy access to all the service, the amenity of the city that it has to offer. Another con is the noise. Toronto is a bustling city with a high level of noise and activity, particularly in the downtown core. There are many busy streets, intersections, and construction sites that contribute to the noise level. The city has also have a lively nightlife with bar, restaurants, and events that can add to the noise level, especially on weekends. Construction noise in Toronto is a common occurrence due to the city's ongoing development and infrastructure upgrade. The noise can be disruptive to residents and can have a negative impact on the quality of their life. However, different neighborhoods in Toronto vary in their noise level, and some areas such as residential neighborhoods are quieter. A knowledgeable real estate agent can definitely assist you in finding a property in a neighborhood with a suitable desired noise level. Talking about pollution, Toronto faces quite a fair share of pollution, which is a little bit higher than many other cities. The city pollution level are mainly due to the traffic congestion, industrial emission, and waste. However, Toronto has implemented initiatives to reduce the air pollution, such as promoting public transportation and clean energy, and has made progress in reducing the emission. It's important to note that air quality can vary depending on the location within the city, and some areas may have higher level of pollution compared to the other. Talking about harsh winter, compared to many other cities across Canada, actually Toronto is considered a milder in terms of the weather. The city has a more moderate climate due to its location closer to the Great Lakes. With that said, Toronto is still experiencing cold temperature and snowfall, which is happening right now, and sometimes it also leads to the winter snowstorm. So with that said, even though the city has more moderate temperature compared to many other cities across Canada, winter in Toronto can still be very challenging. So it's very important for you to get prepared for the weather and for the snow. Winter in Toronto is from December to March, and the temperature is ranging from 0 degrees Celsius to sometimes minus 20 or sometimes minus 30 degrees. Snowfall can sometimes last for a day or sometimes last for several days in a row. So the severity of the winter in Toronto varies from year to year. But in general, the city of Toronto is very well equipped for the blowing and salting service to make sure the road or the sidewalk are clear and safe for the resident. So if you choose to have a car in the city, especially for the winter, make sure your car have winter tire so that it's safe for you to drive in the winter with the snow. So even though winter is quite long here, but there's many indoor and outdoor activity for you and your family to explore, such as indoor or outdoor skating, skiing, snowboarding, and many winter festivals for you and your family to enjoy. Finding a daycare in the city of Toronto can be another challenge that you face while living in Toronto due to a high demand and very limited space. It's very important for you, as soon as you know that you are pregnant with your child, put his or her name down on the wait list to make sure when he or she is ready to go to daycare when around 1 year old, the space is ready and open up for her or him. Talking about my personal case, it took me half a year to find a daycare for my child when we first moved to the neighborhood, which is in North York of Toronto. And even though the spot was opened up for my child, it's only a part-time spot, which is only 4 times per week, which left us an option of finding alternative for the rest of the day of the week for him to stay home with my other family member. Another example was that at the same time, I put his name down on one of the daycare around Young and Shepherd. The spot was never opened up, and even 2.5 years later, when I was back in with my second one, the spot was still not opened up for my first one, who was 2.5 years at that time. So that was the example of how hard it is to find a good daycare. So make sure to put your name down on the wait list as soon as you found out that you got pregnant. So another cons of living in the city of Toronto is finding a family doctor. So finding a family doctor can be difficult sometimes because there is a shortage of physicians and also there's a high demand for their service. It might take a long time and persistent to find a family doctor who accepts new patients. There's definitely many ways to help you locate and find a doctor. For example, reach out to local clinic, other healthcare provider, or even your own insurance company. But the best way, in my opinion, is ask for the referral from your family, friend, co-worker who also know their own doctor if they accept new patient or not. So for my own brother who moved to Toronto about 15 years ago, when he first moved here, we could not find him any family doctor. However, even though I knew that my own family doctor no longer accept new patient at that time, but I still try my luck. So I reached out to her, and because my brother is my family member, she did accept him as her patient at that time. So let's start with the pro of living in Toronto. The city of Toronto is famous for multicultural. Toronto is one of the most diverse cities in the world, known for the cultural mosaic of Canada. Toronto is a perfect destination for so many people from around the globe. As you walk through the street of Toronto, you will notice that each neighborhood has its own charming and characteristic. So Toronto diversity in culture not only is reflected through a different neighborhood, but is also reflected in many events and festivals across the city. So throughout the year, the city of Toronto become alive through many festivals or events such as Caribbean Carnival, Italian Festival, the Chinese New Year Parade. You not just be able to attend your own cultural event, but also learn from many cultures through those different events. So the difference in belief and religion are also celebrated and respected highly in Toronto. Toronto offers a very diverse type of cuisine option, which truly represent the city multicultural. So some popular cuisine include, of course, Canadian, Caribbean, Greek, Italian, Indian, Korean, Mexican, Vietnamese, you name it. Toronto is thriving for its foodie culture, where it hosts many festivals and food events throughout the year, such as Summerlicious, Winterlicious, Taste of Danforth, Taste of India, Taste of Philippines, Toronto Vegetarian Food Festival, and many, many more. So like I mentioned earlier, it fit perfectly with the multicultural. You will definitely feel like home with your own food choice and budget. So another pro of living in Toronto is the economic opportunity. Toronto is a major economic hub and is home to many businesses, including the financial institution, tech company, creative industry. This means that there are many job opportunities available in a variety of fields. While in truth, Toronto has proven to be by far one of the fastest growing tech epicenter, touting a global presence that stems from a diverse range of industry. According to 2021 Tech 30 report, Toronto led all Tech 30 market for job growth by 26% in 2019-2020, followed by Seattle 22%, Vancouver 21%, New York 18%, and Austin 16%. So if you're looking for this kind of opportunity in Toronto, it is definitely for you. With that said, Toronto is one of the leading tech hubs in Canada. Toronto has seen a significant increase in the number of startup companies in recent years. The city has a thriving ecosystem that supports entrepreneurship and innovation, with factors such as access to funding, talent, and mentorship all playing a key role. The city has a highly educated workforce, a diverse population, and a growing tech sector, all which are attractive to entrepreneurs and investors. Additionally, city government initiatives and programs aimed at supporting the growth of startups have also helped to drive this trend. So another pro of living in Toronto is the excellent education system. Toronto is the home of several world-class universities and colleges. Therefore, it is such an ideal city for students and those who are looking to pursue higher education. One of the top university and college in Toronto named University of Toronto, York University, Ryerson University, Humber College, George Brown, or Seneca College are also regarded as a top-ranked college in the city. University of Toronto is ranked number 12 in computer science and number 16 in finance according to the QS ranking in 2022.
Nightlife and entertainment. Toronto offers a very diverse and vibrant nightlife and entertainment scene. For the club and bar, many neighborhoods in Toronto, including the entertainment district, have the high concentration of the bar, a club, lounge, live music, and DJ.
For concert and live performance, Toronto has several venues where it easily hosts the live performance music such as Nathan Phillips Square, where I am in right now, Massey Hall, Royal Alexander Theatre, Sony Center for Performing Arts.
With regard to the comedy club, Toronto is home to the several comedy clubs such as Yuk Yuk, the Second City, which offer a stand-up comedy and performance. So for theater, the city has many options of the theater, which including the venue like the Royal Alexander Theatre, one of the oldest and most iconic theater in the city. This historic venue has been operating since 1907. Ed Mervis Theatre, named after one of the Toronto's most prominent theater, Impresario. This venue is located in the heart of downtown and offers a variety of production, including the Broadway show. Princess of Wales Theatre. Another downtown theater, the Princess of Wales is known for its stunning architecture and impressive production. And Tiff Bell Lights Walk. This theater is part of the Toronto International Film Festival complex and offers a range of film screening, including independent and international movies. With regard to the sport, Toronto is the home of several professional sport teams including Toronto Raptor, Toronto Blue Jay, Toronto Maple Leaf, and the event normally happen at Rogers Centre or Scotiabank Arena.
Talking about art gallery and museum, City of Toronto is well known for many art gallery and museum, including Art Gallery of Ontario, which is behind me here, Royal Ontario Museum, Museum of Contemporary Art, which offer many exhibitions and events throughout the year for you and your family to discover.
And if you want to escape from the city bustling, we also have the Toronto Centre Island for your family to make an escape from the city. It has an amazing view of the Toronto skyline and it is situated just a short ferry ride away from the mainland where you can enjoy a range of activities including bike riding, picnic, beach lounging. The island is home to several parks and gardens, including the Franklin Children's Garden and the Centre Island Beach, both of which offer a stunning view of the Lake Ontario. Toronto is known for its diverse neighborhood. Each of it has its own unique culture and atmosphere. One of the most famous diverse neighborhoods in Toronto is Little Italy and Little Portugal. The area is home to a large Italian and Portuguese community with many shops, restaurants, and cafes that serve authentic food from this country. During the summer months, the neighborhood comes alive with the Sight and Sound Festival celebrating the culture and tradition of this community. In the east end of Toronto, the Danforth, also known as Greektown, is a neighborhood known for its strong Greek heritage. The area is home to many Greek restaurants, bakery, and shops. And during the summer months, the neighborhood come alive with the sign sound of the Taste of Danforth Festival, which celebrate the Greek culture. Toronto Cabbage Town is a delightful neighborhood that is home to the largest stretch of restored Victorian home in North America. The beach will still commonly referred to as the Beaches. It's a neighborhood in East Toronto with a magnificent waterfront. Visitors can enjoy a walk along the boardwalk, relaxing at the beach, or visit any of the trendy shops or restaurants in the area.
Kensington Market is a very unique neighborhood. It's a mix of hippie and international style. You can explore the various retro furniture store, vintage clothing shop, or international food store and taste a variety of cuisine from shawarma to gourmet French dishes. If you're seeking an alternative to the conventional downtown store like Gap or Starbucks, Kensington Market is an excellent option. Bloor Yorkville is a very well-known neighborhood in Toronto for its luxury, shopping, dining, and art gallery. It is also the location of the Royal Ontario Museum and at the Gardiner Museum of the Ceramic Art. Yorkville stands out as a charming exception in the midst of Toronto's skyscraper and mall. Celebrities are often seen walking its street, dining here, especially during the Toronto International Film Festival.
Another neighborhood that worth to mention is the Distillery District. It is a pedestrian-only village surrounded by the most well-preserved collection of the Victorian industrial architecture in North America. The area is dedicated to art, culture, and entertainment and is void of any franchise or chain establishment, ensuring that every store and gallery is unique. The Distillery District regularly hosts exciting festivals and events and is home to the Soul Pepper Theatre, where you can attend a play. There's also a variety of restaurants and coffee shops to choose from.
The entertainment district notable attractions include CN Tower, Rogers Center, Ripley Aquarium. It also has many boutique shops, restaurants around the area. Just for your record, the CN Tower holds the world's tallest freestanding structure for over 30 years from the time that it was completed in 1975 until 2007. So another famous neighborhood in Toronto is Chinatown. It is well known for its bustling street, colorful market, and yummy Chinese food. It is a popular destination for local and tourists alike, offering a glimpse into the rich culture of China.
Toronto's diverse neighborhoods are a major part of what makes the city so special. They offer visitors and residents alike the opportunity to explore different culture and tradition and experience the unique atmosphere of each neighborhood. Other diverse neighborhoods in Toronto include Little India, Little Poland, Little Jamaica, and many more. Each of these neighborhoods offer a unique and authentic experience for visitors, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Toronto's diverse population.
So another pro of living in Toronto is the proximity to the airport. Toronto has two main airports. It is Toronto Pearson Airport and Billy Bishop Airport. Pearson International Airport is located approximately 22 kilometers northwest of downtown Toronto and is the largest and busiest airport in Canada. It serves as a major hub for domestic and international flights and is the main gateway to Toronto and the surrounding region. The airport has 4 terminals, offering a wide range of service and facility, including shopping, dining, and entertainment options. Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport is also known as the Toronto Island Airport. It's located on a small island just offshore from downtown Toronto. It primarily serves regional and short-haul flights and is known for its convenience and proximity to the city center. Despite its size, the airport offers a range of service and amenities, including a passenger terminal, lounge, and a variety of retail and dining options. So to get into the airport using a public transportation, we have UP Express. It is a high-speed rail service that connects Toronto Pearson International Airport with Union Station in downtown Toronto. You can also use private shuttle service. The private shuttle service such as Airport Shuttle also available for those who need to travel to and from Toronto Airport. So healthcare in Toronto is part of the publicly funded healthcare system in Canada. It provides a comprehensive medical coverage for all residents of the city. The healthcare system in the city of Toronto is managed by Ontario government in partnership with many healthcare providers. By a wide range of medical coverage from the hospital stay, a doctor visit, diagnosis test, and some selective prescription drug. Toronto is a home to many facilities including hospital, clinic, long-term care homes. This beautiful city is a home of many world-class medical institutions and research centers, including University Health Network, SickKids, Princess Margaret Cancer Center, making it a leading center for the medical treatment and research center. As with the rest of Canada, the healthcare system in Toronto put a strong emphasis on preventive care, giving accessibility to all residents and making affordable as well to all residents across the city of Toronto. The healthcare system is currently funded by a combination of tax payment and some other government revenue. So there's basically no fee charge at this moment for majority of the service. So overall, the healthcare system in Toronto is known for its quality, accessibility, and also affordability, giving people who live in the city the peace of mind of having access to the affordable system to maintain their health and well-being. The main public transportation system is Toronto Transit Commission. As you can say TTC. It is operate the bus, streetcar, and subway, which is conveniently take you around the city. So TTC subway system operate based on 4 lines that connect the city and with different neighborhoods. Additionally, the TTC streetcar and bus offer additional coverage to connect people within the city to the different suburbs. Toronto have also other several transportation options available. The first one is Go Transit. It is a regional public transportation that connects the city of Toronto with other suburb area and also with many other cities within the greater Toronto area. Other option is Via Rail. It is a national Via Rail service that connects Toronto with other cities. Another option is UP Express, which is the high-speed rail service connect Toronto Pearson Airport with Union Station in downtown Toronto. They also offer many private shuttle service that help you to commute from Toronto Pearson Airport to the different part of the city. On top of that, you can also take taxi or Uber or Lyft to help you with the ease of moving around the city of Toronto. So overall, Toronto public transportation system is regarded for its reliable, accessible, and convenient to help people move around the city with ease. So Toronto, like many other cities, has its share of crime. However, overall, the city is definitely a safe place. According to the recent statistic, the crime rate in the city has been declining, and of course, there's gonna be many areas in the city has higher crime rate than the other. So it's very important for you to check with the professional to make sure that the neighborhood that you love to move in is a safe place. So in conclusion, the city of Toronto definitely have many pros such as, higher education system, good healthcare system, many diverse neighborhood and culture, great job opportunity. They also have many cons such as high cost of living, high cost of housing, traffic, noise. So it's so important for you to weigh the pro and con before you decide to move to the city. So thank you so much for watching this video about the pro and cons of living in the city of Toronto. I hope the information provided in this video is helpful for you to have a better look at what it is like to live in the city of Toronto. So if you're thinking of making a move to Toronto or buy or sell a property in the city, do not hesitate to reach out to myself. myself and my team, with our combine of experience and expertise, we strongly believe we can definitely help you find a perfect place to call home. If you are ready in your real estate journey, do not hesitate to reach out to me. All my contacts are listed in the description box below. And if you are the family considering to make a move to Toronto and wondering what's the best neighborhood for you to move to, watch out for my next week video. The title, Top Neighborhood for Family in Toronto, will be released next week. Make sure to subscribe and push the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thank you for watching the video and see you on the next one.